The four-pronged letter Shin is an emblem of Das. After Malkuth rises to Das and becomes an extra Keta, the whole thing revolves around mezuzot. Mezuzah 65, spelled out as 232, which are the four names of Yud K Vav K, 72, 63, 45, and 52, 232. The mezuzah is 65, but mezuzot is 400, is 606 fully spelt out, which is etzmot, which represents the second level of Keta, which is Das when manifested. And when Malkuth rises up to Das, there becomes two crowns, and there's room on the head for two crowns, two tefillin. First one Keta, the second one Das. This Das, as second crown, is the four-pronged Shin. The four-pronged Shin becomes manifested when Malkuth rises up to Das and permits two crowns on the head, a circular crown and a square crown, the sphere and the cube. How do we know this? Das, fully spelt out, is 970, and its din is 496, which just so happens to be the gematria of Malkuth. So when Malkuth rises back up to Das, it becomes completely full, the full spelling of Das. When this happens, there is a embodiment of the physical world back into the body itself, the feminine manifestation of the last letter He, as physical world comes back into the body itself of the participant. He becomes an integrated circle, yet there's always a gap. This gap, which is Das itself, the neck area that connects, the Vav that connects the head, the three of the head and the 6 or 7 below. This Vav and the Das is the neck area. Through the narrows of the neck, these gates, the Sha'arim, spelt out, the gematria of Sha'arim is 620. 620 is Keta. Remember, we're supposed to put mezuzot on our houses and our gates. Sha'arim are gates. This second letter Shin, as a four-pronged Shin, has one more mark of man, one more hidden veil over that of the three-pronged Shin. This Shin, this four-pronged Shin, is a square or a cube and represents the four matriarchs that have come back and integrated into the body itself, making a virtual reality. When this happens, the golem, which is the self, may possibly be counted in the minyan. These two tefillin of the head, with the double dalet in the back. This double dalet is a final mem, which is 600, which is the gematria of the two shin. The two shin as 6, a shesh, or 600 as 300 in each shin. This shin as the fulfilled das, the 4 pronged shin is the letter of the world to come. This 4-ness, usually reserved for the letter Tav, 400. This is the 23rd letter. This is the Shin of the world to come that will be revealed. There's a special area of Das which opens up into the Sitra Akra and permits an entry into the other side. Va Das. Keta Va Das. Va is included. That's the 6. And Das is 474 with the Vav. So 6, that's 480, which is the gematria of Sitra Akra. So when this Vav is full, it's full in Das, the potential into the Sitra Akra opens up. When that opens up, then there's a whole other world that the individual is exposed to neutralize because of his wholeness. So today we enter into the world of the 4-pronged shin, of the world to come, of Das itself, which has been rectified by Malkus rising into Das, being the second crown on the head. That second crown does 4-ness as square. That's the circle in the square. So we have the Samech and the final Mem, the 2 letters that are held miraculously in the 2 stones of the 10 Commandments. This wholeness comes, one of the signs of wholeness is the squaring of the circle in psychology. This comes about by the rectified Das of the 4th prong of the Shin. This spiritual and physical become one. An entry into the virtual worlds, to the imaginative worlds of meditation. That's what we have here today. Mezuzah, to protect these gates with Shin on the outside, with the gematria of Mezuzah, because there are minimum of 2 gates. Keta is a gate, but so is Das. And the second gate, this Das is an Etzmotz level of Keta. And there will be a time when Malkus, which rises up to Das and rectifies Das, that both Keta and Malkus, Keta and Das will manifest at the same time. And Malkus will shine within Das. And there'll be no final extension beyond Yesod. And the energy of Yesod will recirculate within the body back into Das. And Yesod will fulfill Das. And Das being the linkage between Abba and Ima, Chochmah and Bina. And it will also be the rectified level of Yesod, recirculating, bringing back the energy back into the head. Yes, this miraculous few minutes here of an area unspoken,